And Harry Maguire, of course, has been a big talking point over recent days, Rob. What's the temperature amongst the Manchester United fans towards him?
I mean, it's turning slightly, and I think there's a general acceptance that the level of abuse that's been directed at him has gone too far. Ten Hag talked about it in his news conference today and said that it was disrespectful. He did say, though, that the one way that Harry is going to change that is by his performances on the pitch. The problem is that he's just not going to get a lot of opportunities at Manchester United for the foreseeable future. Rafael Varane is injured and won't play against Brighton, but Harry Maguire probably will still not play. It'll be Lisandro Martinez and Victor Lindelof, both of whom are fit. It's very, very difficult at the moment to see where Harry Maguire gets his next game. He's obviously decided that he wants to stay and fight for his place at Man United. He had a chance to go to West Ham in the summer and decided that he didn't want to do that. United fans are nervous now. Every time that he's named in the team, they see him as a walking mistake, and we saw that a little bit in that England game against Scotland in midweek. He came on and scored an own goal. So I think the general acceptance among Man United fans is that, while the abuse probably has gone a little bit too far, there isn't really a long-term future for him at Man United. He's obviously going to have to be there now until at least January. I imagine that by the time January rolls around and Harry Maguire is looking at his place possibly being affected in the England team, that he is again going to have to look at his options and possibly move away.
What's the mood at Old Trafford at the moment? What's it going to be like at the game tomorrow, Rob?
Nervous. Very, very nervous. It's funny because the mood ahead of the summer was quite optimistic. They'd done well in their first season under Ten Hag. The fans thought there was a chance that by the end of the summer the club would be sold and the Glazers would finally be gone. They'd have new owners. They would have a successful transfer window. The team might be revamped and possibly there might be a chance at challenging for the Premier League title. But that optimism in the first couple of weeks of the season has just disappeared. You've got performances on the field that haven't been up to scratch. The results haven't been great, and then you've got all this off-field problems. You've got Sancho, you've got the issue with Anthony, you've got a lengthening injury list. There's no Mason Mount against Brighton, there's no Varane, there's no Shaw, there's no Malacia, there's no Amrabat. It doesn't take an awful lot for Man United fans to start dreading fixtures, and I think Brighton at home, after everything that's happened for the start of the season, is one of those games. United.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.